What's going on, YouTube? Trucks and Water here, and today I'm going to have a little bit of a truck talk, but it's not going to be the usual ones. This time I'm going to talk about my my first truck I ever bought, and it was not a Chevy actually. So back when I was 16, about to go on to 17, looking for a vehicle to buy, worked some odd jobs the summer before and off and on through school. Sold my dirt bike, sold a bunch of stuff to get money to where I could buy myself a vehicle. And my parents and I had an agreement to where I save up X amount and they'll give me the same amount in total. So if I saved up like $2,000, they'll give me $2,000 to go for a vehicle. So I had some money saved up, was looking around. I actually was not looking for a truck, go figure. I was actually looking for like a Camaro or even a Mustang V8. Muscle car or something, like maybe a BMW like two-door coupe or something like that, something fast. I kind of wanted something fast, but searching Craigslist one afternoon after I got home from school, and was it work or school, I can't remember, and I found a 1996 Dodge Ram 1500 single cab rear-wheel drive black SLT Laramie edition, so all the power options, power mirrors, door locks and windows and stuff like that. Really nice truck. And so me and my dad drove out that afternoon. We saw it, looked it over, drove it around a bunch. My dad drove it around, and then we bought it. So yeah, that's my first truck. It had custom XD, I think they were called XD Spy wheels. They're 18s, I know that, with Falcon street tires on them. And had a 5.9 liter Magnum V8 in it with a 4-speed transmission, and that was my first truck, and I loved that truck. Funny part about that truck was the guy screwed us over on it. If you all are buying from Craigslist, be very cautious on who you buy from and stuff like that, because the truck was stupid clean for the year. I mean, it just looks so clean. And come to find out, about 3 to 4 weeks after I bought the truck, I went to get an oil change, and needed an oil change. Was driving home after I went up to my grandma's after the oil change, driving home, went to a red light, looked down, my oil pressure just dropped to 0, and I'm like, okay, it's not normal. Get on the throttle, oil pressure jumps up to 40 like it should have been. So we're driving around and I went on the back road and did a test, and every time I come to a stop, oil pressure would drop. So I pulled into the house, told my dad and my dad's buddy who builds drag motors and stuff like that, came over, and we dropped the oil pan, put a new oil pump in it, started it back up, and it rattled like a diesel. Come to find out, the guy burnt the bottom end out of it. The bearings, all the bearings were shot. There's like 1/4 of an inch of play in each bearing, when it was supposed to be like 4/1000ths of an inch of play. And the crankshaft was scarred. So that weekend, tore it down Saturday, had to rebuild some in the afternoon with a whole new crankshaft, bearings, whole 9 yards. So I had basically a brand new bottom end in it, and I was so happy. As I kept driving it though, that was back in June that happened. About 3 months later, 3 to 4 months later, a sensor went out in the throttle body. After replacing all 3 sensors, we finally found the one that was wrong and replaced it, and finally the check engine light turned off, so that was an issue. And then more towards fall, had the issue of the heater core clogging up, because whoever had it before put that like leak stop in it, and it clogged up all the hoses and stuff. So I had that flush out so I can get heat in the cab. Steering was going out in it, like typical Dodge steering. Steering was screwed up. Transmission, surprisingly, because everyone knows those second-gen Dodges are notorious for bad transmissions. Transmission was fine. It ran 100% perfectly. I don't understand how that transmission held it, but it held fine. But everything else, the truck was just ratted out, and the guy super cleaned it. Made it look really good when it wasn't. Poured gear oil in it, and that's another thing. The top end was starting to smoke, and I was getting horrible fuel economy out of it. And I know it's a 5.9 liter Magnum V8, but most people were getting about 15, 16 out of it when they babied it. And I baby as much as possible because it was my daily driver going to school and stuff, and I was only getting like 12 or 11. So something was wrong in the top end, and it was also smoking a little bit some days. So something was not sitting right in the top end of the motor. So we ended up selling it. I got a 2005 Pathfinder, Nissan Pathfinder. This was my family's. They gave it to me because my mom got a new truck, so I drove that for the rest of high school until I got my Chevy currently. I missed that truck though. I mean, honestly, even though it had a lot of issues, it was my first truck, and any of you all know, your first vehicle you will miss. And to this day, if I find out where it is, I would go and buy it in a heartbeat, just to restore it and all that stuff, because it's one of the things that holds so many memories in that truck. It's my first truck, and that's what got this whole truck thing started with me, because as I got that truck, I found out about like Cummins diesels and stuff like that, and got me into that, and the whole truck scene. That's what it got me into, and I had such big plans for that truck, but it didn't work out. It just didn't work out. But loved that truck, and like I said, if I found that truck, I would buy it in a heartbeat. And I've had people tell me they spotted it before throughout the years. So that was my first truck, guys. The story about that. Other stories about that truck, if you want to see that, hear some other stories about that truck, like with my friends and stuff, leave a like down in the leave a like and a comment saying that you want to hear those stories. If not, or that, and then if you want to hear about the Pathfinder, even though it's not a truck, it's my SUV, I have a ton of stories about the Pathfinder that are really funny. And if you want to hear about that, leave a comment and stuff like that. Other than that, leave a comment telling us about your first truck, if you still have it, if you don't, but what was so special about it and stuff like this, because we all have stories about our first vehicles, even if they weren't the best or the shiniest or the newest. We all still have stories about it. So with that being said, I hope you all have a great day. I know I've been having a really good weekend. Have a great day, and remember, never give up on your dreams.